We are back now with two moguls and moms who are paving the way for the next great female entrepreneurs.
That's right. Ashley Graham is an author, investor, and supermodel who has graced countless magazine covers and runways.
And Emma Grede is one of Forbes' richest self-made women in America. She co-founded the fashion brand Good American with a young lady named Khloe Kardashian. She's also founding partner of Kim Kardashian's company, Skims.
They're also the co-hosts and executive producers of the Roku Channel's reality competition show called Side Hustlers, back for a new season. They help aspiring female entrepreneurs hoping to turn side hustles into empires. Take a look.
Genius concept.
Today is the final pitches and I am ready to do some business. What I'm looking for is progress. Have they been able to take what they came to us with and what they pitched us in the beginning and move it on?
These last few weeks of mentoring have been equally exhausting and rewarding, but now it's go time.
And Ashley and Emma are here with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so here we are, the next season. But going back to last season, you both invested in some of these companies. How are they doing?
Mine are scaling quickly.
Oh, okay. Modesty as ever.
Actually, Rift Care, they are they're tampons and pads made out of bamboo, and all I had to do was push them a little bit. They had everything they needed, but they needed the confidence boost. And sure enough, like I think that they've been doubling in sales. They've been doing incredible.
But, you know, now these companies are in business. And I think that there's this idea out there that you get an investment and suddenly everything's okay. But that's not necessarily the case. And I think what's interesting is once you take money, you then have the expectations to then deploy that capital and put it to work. And so that comes with a lot of pressure. So now they're, you know, they're out there. They're in the real world running these companies.
So true.
You guys invested in companies, but there were also companies you had to say no to. And sometimes I think you learn more from the no than you do from the yes. How, being entrepreneurs, did you incorporate the no and make it so that people learn something from it?
I think that's the whole point of the show, is to learn something tangible from this. This isn't just a yes, no, here's the money, what's the deal? We wanted to see what was under the hood of every single business before we went into it. And we wanted our viewers to understand what it really was like to build a business. Because there's not one way to do it. There's so many different ways, so many different opportunities. Some people just need 10,000, some people need $1 million. You just don't know what you need. But when we're saying no, we're saying it with the why. It's not just a harsh no. And Emma will tell you, we didn't sugarcoat anything.
No, we
Emma's
didn't.
not a sugarcoater anyways.
I'm not.
I'm more of a sugarcoater, but we have to tell them like it is. There's no... Otherwise, they're not going to be successful. The no's we've had have made us more successful also.
100%. And the beauty of this show is that you're on a journey, because for weeks and weeks and weeks, you follow these founders. So you start to get to know them, you understand their businesses, you understand their flaws. So you're really starting to, you know, take the viewer on this journey of like, why are we about to say no? And you see it, you know, you see it firsthand.
Emma, actually, I read something recently that I was a bit surprised, but now that we're talking, maybe it makes sense. You both grew up with dyslexia.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how did that shape you personally? How did it shape you professionally?
I think enormously, actually. I mean, there are a lot of very, very exciting founders and successful people who have dyslexia. But I think it kind of comes down to this idea of problem solving. If, you know, I wasn't diagnosed until I was in my kind of mid-20s. But you work out ways to do hard things. And as an entrepreneur, that's what I do every day, right? It's like, it's not here to here. It's like here, here, here. And I think that having a learning disability really enabled me to find ways to do things that were untraditional. And the successes that I've had in my businesses have always come down to thinking outside the box, taking something untraditional and finding a way to bring it to a customer in an entirely new way.
The two of you are just so darn fabulous. I'm just like staring at both of you, skin just glowing. But you know what I love even more is that you lift each other up, even the women that come on the show. If I were to ask you about your favorite thing about each other, what would you say?
I am obsessed with just how real Emma is. And when she and I have met just in the past, or even just being together on the show, she's honest, she's real, and she's inviting, and she's a girl's girl. And I'm all about, like, she just feels kind of like a family, an extension of my family. Don't cry.
For me, with this one, but I would not with this makeup. we got to. No one really needs to see that. For me, with Ashley, very rarely. So heart of stone. It's the generosity piece for me. Like Ashley is the world's most generous person, and I think when I first met you, and you were just so like with your team, with your social, she's like, here's all these images that we've taken of you all day, and you can use for your social media. I was like, what? Who does that? Like, that's so generous. But like, I think that there's so much talk out there of women supporting women, and we actually walk the walk and talk the talk. We do it with one another. We did it with the entrepreneurs on the show.
Not because we have to.
I love this.
I know. I love your dynamic. It's like it's really
Listen
cool.
to you guys all day.
Yeah.
I should have a show.
Thank you, Roku.
There you go. Thank you guys so much for being here. And that show, Craig. Side Hustlers Season 2. It hits the Roku channel on Friday.
Come back anytime. Come back anytime.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.